comic number 110, or for you binary folk out there, comic 6? 2, 4. Hey, look at that. I'm fairly certain I'm right, but someone's going to tell me that. Ah, yes, the binary jokes. Today and tomorrow are pretty much my only option at binary jokes. Of course, I did miss 101 and comic 10, but I don't think I was paying attention back then. So, that's it. This Christmas hoo-ha has gone too far. Is that how you spell hoo-ha? And I don't think that's the right usage of hoo-ha. I think what I meant was brouhaha. Whatever you do, don't go look up hoo-ha on Urban Dictionary. How do you mean, sir? I've lost 2 employees to this tripe. We're giving away free expired popcorn. Above all else, these children are enjoying themselves. There's only one thing to do. I've got to cancel Christmas. Do I still get paid? This does seem to be turning into kind of a Grinchy... See, I only thought it was like a week or two. Maybe 10 or so comics at most that I did this plotline. But maybe I did it for a lot longer than I thought. And I did turn it into kind of a Grinch who slightly saved Christmas. Someone mentioned yesterday that they don't understand... It wasn't... They don't understand why I do this, but they didn't understand how I did this. How I kind of did this on a consistent basis. And I think to myself, I drew it for 3.5 years, so how hard is this? This is just a little bit more time into it. And the thing is, this is just me rereading them one day at a time, which is kind of fun. It's sort of like reading them in a newspaper almost for the first time, but there's this little twinge of memory stuck. But honestly, I have no memory of this Christmas storyline apart from I do recall drawing the beard, Jeff's beard, every time and enjoying it. So there's Mr. Grieber. I do like the height differences there, although his torso is still too long. I'm drawing his torso too long. I've got his height right. I've got his head at the right spot. His head at the right size. His nose is too big in the third panel, but I kind of like the big nose as opposed to small nose. I'm such an inconsistent artist, but the fact that I'm an inconsistent artist proves that I drew every panel and didn't just copy and paste. Ha, ha, ha. So, way back when we were trying to convince the friend of mine with artistic merit to draw a comic, my other friend... He was in this, it's basically the 3 of us, 4 of us were hanging out. 4 of us, actually, and the other 3 of us with no artistic talent, we actually all did comics. Mine lasted the longest, but everyone tried. One, actually, no, I think the other 2 were done digitally, fully, where one was drawn and then copied as a panel. It was a bit Diesel Sweeties, but a different style. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. But the thing is, it was I'll just copy this and use the same character over here. This was all hand drawn. I'd hand draw every single one. And then my third friend, when he did one, he went so far as to randomly generate a new comic each time. And I don't mean he would randomly draw something or randomly doodle something in Paint or do something on a tablet. I mean he wrote a program to draw circles and sticks. It drew stickmen. It drew randomly colored stickmen, and then took from a database of quotes and randomly pasted in text. Some of them were actually quite funny. You can get quite a lot of humor out of randomly generated text. So that was it. This was proof positive that mine wasn't just. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed that other stuff, but this is just me kind of showing that it was done originally each time. Now, the interesting thing, Penny Arcade is hand done each time, but the thing is, Gabe, Mike Kralowick, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I've never met the man. He is such a good artist that he can draw. Each time he draws his character, they're so similar because he's just got such a smooth hand, such a good. I think my fallback in art is what I see in my head and what comes out with my hand are so different. I think to myself, I want to draw this, and I can see it in my head. I know exactly what it's supposed to look like. For example, I've got this kind of ideas in my head, but the eyes never come out the same, and that doesn't look. I'm just drawing a basic character here on a piece of scrap paper, and that. Okay, I've accidentally drawn one of the Simpsons characters, and it is supposed to look like something totally different. I just can't transfer what's in my head to paper. Christmas plot. So he's going to cancel Christmas, and the only thing Jeff wants to know is, do I still get paid? So, Jeff keeps talking about the spirit of Christmas, but at the end, he's still just a capitalist. See how I brought it back around to the comic? I had to non sequitur to go back to what I was talking about. That's how tangential that got. Okay. Comic number 111, or Binary 7 tomorrow.